very good morning to all my dear students. I am Ms. Vatsala and today I am here to talk about chapter number 5 of your English language, that is the verbs and the kinds of verbs. Now in this video I am going to talk about first of all the definition of verb, then I am going to tell you about the transitive and intransitive verbs, and later on in the chapter I am going to tell you what are direct objects and what are indirect objects. Now, what is a verb? A verb is a word that says something about the subject. A verb is a doing word. It denotes some action. For example, the boys play football. Now, in this particular sentence, boys will be termed as the subject. And what action are they performing? The action of playing, right? So, play over here becomes our verb. Why? Because it is denoting some kind of action. So whenever the words that denote some kind of action or they are telling us something about the subject, then those words are termed as verbs. Now let's talk about transitive and intransitive verbs. Transitive verbs are the ones that requires an object to complete its sense. Right? They cannot stand individually, they cannot stand alone, and they always need an object to complete its meaning. For example, if I say, the man killed a snake. Now over here, killed is a verb, right? But upon whom this action is being happening, that is our object, right? So the one who is receiving the action, that is snake, is our object. And the sentence couldn't be completed, it will not be making any sense unless and until we place an object, right? So the verbs that require an object to complete its meaning are known as transitive verbs. Now coming to the other kind, that is intransitive verb. Intransitive verbs on the other side, they are the verbs that do not require any kind of object to complete their meaning. For example, if I say the man died, okay, if I say the girl smiled, right, if I say the sun shines, right? So over here in these sentences, we are not requiring any object, okay? The verb is standing individually without the help of any other sort of object to complete its meaning. So such kind of verbs are termed as intransitive verbs. Okay, so now I am going to talk further about verbs of incomplete predication. Now what are verbs of incomplete predication? You know what, like transitive and intransitive verb, we are one more category, that is verbs of incomplete predication. Now what happens in that? You have verbs and they are not making sense on their own, but they will not be requiring any object also. They will be requiring some group of words or some phrases to complete their meaning, okay? They will not be needing an object, but they will be needing some other group of words to complete their sense or to complete their meaning. For example, the dog is an animal. So is over here is my verb, and an animal, there are other group of words which are in addition to the verb, okay, and they are making the complete senseful. Okay, they are making the sentence meaningful, right? So they are termed as your verbs of incomplete predication. Okay, now I am going to talk about the difference between direct object and indirect object. Now you know what happens? Sometimes we see that in a sentence the transitive verb is followed by not just one but double objects, okay? The transitive verb is followed by not just one but double objects, right? So these two objects, one out of them is known as direct object and the other is known as indirect object. Now, a direct object is usually the name of something, right? A direct object is usually the name of something, whereas on the other hand, an indirect object is the name of some person. For example, if I say, she gave him a rupee. She gave him a rupee. Now over here, rupee is your direct object and him becomes your indirect object. So thank you all of you. I hope the content that was delivered is very much clear to all of you. Bye-bye.